Hey Pandudes, Peter Von Panda here. Just picked up another Citizen Altacron. As you know, I've showed you the other one, which is the Promaster Altichron, but it's the yellow with the silver case. And this one, as you can see, is the other model. And I thought I'd cover a couple different pieces about this watch. Obviously, the obvious difference here is the DLC coating on the case, which gives it this kind of charcoal matte black finish, which is super cool. DLC, I believe, stands for diamond like carbon, and super hard, super tough. It gives it also, by making this a dark steel case, it gives it a little bit more of kind of that sport G-Shock type of look than the silver case, which maybe looks just a little bit more dressy. And then the inner bezel here is the other obviously big difference. Here it is red, although it's more of a flat orange than a true red. And on the other one it's black and yellow. So it definitely has a different feel to it than the other one, and just kind of a different style, but everything else is the same. So the red piece here is the compass, moves that little inner orange hand, and then eventually it'll go back to 0. And the yellow hand, or the yellow button down here, as you can see, is moving the inner wheels, and the inner dials, I should say, and should show us altitude. So you can see in tens of thousands of feet, we're at 0 here. This yellow hand is moving around to 600 plus feet, and then the little orange hand, which would show us in individual thousands, is still at 0. So we're at just over 600 feet in altitude here, which is right, because we're at Chicago and pretty much at sea level. So just a cool watch. It's solar powered, so the solar cell is right behind the face, the dial of this watch, and I believe it'll stay powered with no light for 10, 11 months, or some extraordinary long time. A couple of things that I will throw out here that I didn't talk about that much last time is, one, the liquid rubber strap. I kind of didn't give it enough credit in the other video. It is very, very soft. It feels like you'd almost tear it, and it's certainly much softer than like my Tough Solar, which is kind of more of a hard rubber plastic. So it's hard to explain. It kind of feels more like a jelly material, but supposedly it's very tough. So I don't want to understate how soft, how honest the term liquid rubber is on this. The other thing that people have kind of mentioned and complained about maybe is that the crystal here is a hardened mineral crystal. So it's on the cheaper end of the watch spectrum. It's not as tough. It certainly will scratch, those types of things, compared to a sapphire crystal. But the reason that it's a mineral crystal, at least from Citizen, is that mineral crystals don't tend to shatter on an impact like sapphire does. So it will shatter and kind of fall apart, whereas a mineral crystal you can actually kind of punch a hole through it. And so they're saying that for high adventure activities, if you hit it, scratch it, bust it up, at least the crystal isn't going to completely fall apart or come apart. Yes, it will show more wear and tear, but they, at least by their admission, is that it was an intentional decision to make it mineral crystal. I assume you probably have that replaced with a sapphire if you wanted to, but actually having a mineral crystal there might make it actually easy and cheap to replace. So just wanted to give you a quick look at it. That coating goes all the way to the back. Just a really cool watch. I have another video where I replace the strap on it too, and that really changes things up. It is about 50 millimeters in diameter, and it's pretty thick. You can see the air pressure sensor there for the altimeter. But to be honest, it wears a little smaller than 50 millimeters, and I don't really understand how so many people say how it wears larger and smaller than its actual size. But you know, I've had a 50 millimeter Urcraft on here and a diesel, and these just, it seems a little smaller, and I think it's heavy beveling on the edge here. It does some of that, but it's also a fairly light watch actually for as bulky and durable as it looks. So Peter Von Panda Citizen Eco Drive, light powered, solar powered Altachron with built-in compass and altimeter. Just a cool watch all around to have. This is one of two different versions, the yellow and this red, and then each of those versions actually comes in a metric or a standard measurement, so either in feet or meters. So definitely check it out. It's a watch worth having. Again, we're waiting on Citizen to release the Echo or the Altachron Cirrus, which is slightly larger and a slightly newer model of the same watch. So hopefully we'll get one of those to check out soon. Peter Von Panda out.